Make a lot of money like you're mad, right? Make money and be in a community of people who are comfortable making and having money. Right? Let me swallow that frog. I want Victorine and Bernard and Talia and Allison and Judy and Leslie and Marsha and Jack. Hit me up and say, listen, Marsha, I made $25 million yesterday, man. That's what you want here? Yeah, 25 million. You know, as I said to a client of mine, right? BMWs don't come marked white only. Mercedes don't come marked white only. There is a range of wealth and knowledge that is available to us if we decide that we deserve it. Nobody has the right to determine how much money you should make. You give them that power. God says, I have given you the power to get wealth. And we say, oh, I've given my boss, my husband, my community, my family, I've given them the power to determine what I should or should not make. Right? There are deep psychological frogs that we have to swallow and eat. I remember when I bought my first vehicle I ever bought, new brand, walk into a showroom. One of my colleagues took me. I was thinking about buying a Jimny at the time. The Suzuki Jimny had just come out, and I wanted it, but my husband wanted a Jeep and I wanted to get it for him. And I remember I saw the Jimny and I thought, well, I can handle that as a little, you know, small, neat, and I can handle that. And I remember when I told my colleague Wayne Hoyt, Wayne said, no, I don't like that for you, Cheryl. And this is a black man. Huh? So I'm saying we got it in our community. Wayne said, no, Cheryl, we were both working at Julian at the time. And Wayne Hoyt said, you can look him on Facebook and ask him for telling the truth. Wayne Hoyt said, no, Cheryl, I don't like that for you. That's a little power vehicle. I want something better for you. Come and show you what I want for you. We were standing in Julian Bridge Street, upstairs in the office, looking down by the careenage, through the glass, and he showed me the Pajero. I did not want a Pajero. I didn't even know anything about Pajero. I didn't even know I could afford a Pajero. He did not even have a Jeep. Right? He did not even have his own house. And he said, no, come me show you what I want for you. I want that for you. Come, let me go. At the time, it was, I think, Fort Royal Garage just behind Julian. He said, come, let me go and look at it. He is who carried me and caused me to look at that vehicle. When I got that vehicle, I had to tell my family that it was a company vehicle, though. Huh? Look at my look. I had to tell my family it was a company vehicle. Because when I see how the faces change and how they start reacting when I drive down there to look for them, and not even only my company vehicle, it's my husband company vehicle. I forgot when we got divorced, and my uncle came back after got divorced. I said, Sharon, yeah, how to get back in company vehicle? After you Peter how to get back the vehicle? I forgot. You understand? You see how they remember? Now, so much of them in the family now got Jeeps, you understand? Nobody else is responsible for the decision making about your success. We have a limited time here. Get on with it. Get on with it. I got the news this morning at 4 something that my brother died. Get on with it. Right? Nobody is waiting to come and say to you, oh, you're so beautiful and I want to give you this and I want to give you that. Oh, you're so beautiful. You deserve to have $25 million. No. That's not what God did. When God created the whole world, and He gave us the command, rule, have dominion, multiply. Right? We were already commanded. So I want to say to you this evening, unmute your mics. Don't even waste time. You don't even start perfect. Take imperfect action. I love that Allison and Jacqueline came in last week and they put on their mics to take imperfect action. Take imperfect action. Whether your makeup on right, whether your hair done, however you start this week, you improve on it next week, or you improve on it tomorrow. Take imperfect action. You are good enough. You have what it takes. And whatever you don't have, even as God said to Moses, when Moses said, look, I got a speech impediment. God said to Moses immediately, why didn't you, Aaron? Imagine God asking you to do something, And you telling God that you are not good enough to do what he asks you to do. So God come back now. You know some of God's gonna play with us. God come back and tell Moses, oh, I can give you Aaron. Tell me if that makes sense. Right? Whatever you think you don't have that you need, God already has it there provided for you. So it's over to you. Thank you, beautiful people, for coming. I am so inspired. It's over to you. And then I'm going to ask a special lady who joined us this evening. I invited her as a guest. You know, like Judy said, you can't get away from me once I put my claws in you. It's a friend for life. So she's here, and I thank her for coming. I was connected to her through Bernard, and the power of relationships, the power of divine connections. So whoever wants to go first, take that mic and run with it. It's a new level.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So on that, so starting?
No, it's all your time.
Okay.
It's all your
Good evening,
time. Go ahead.
everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Marcia, and currently right now I'm a nail tech, and I've been a nail tech over 10 years plus. But I'm currently also studying to be a life coach with Pastor Outram, and I've been listening to her this evening, and I would say that I am one of the ones that would have been kind of been coming and not being consistent.
Amen.
So I'm going to try to practice my 3 C's, which is
take out the tray. Take out the tray.
Okay, I'm going to do.
I'm going to practice my 3 C's.
I'm going to practice my 3 C's as from today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be more consistent in coming on, and there's so many goals and so many businesses that I have, I've thought about, but challenges, sometimes it comes with fear, and then you always think of the possibility, always negative before we could always think of the positive. So I'm gonna stop doing that too, and I'm just gonna work towards my goals and my ambitions.
Amen. And that's the beginning. Amen. Thank you for sharing, Marcia. It starts with you admitting it to yourself. Be brave enough to tell yourself, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing. That's how you confront fear. 2 hard slaps in the face. My name is Marcia. This is who I am and this is what I'm doing. And I'm starting now. It's that simple. And that's how you eat that like frog. If you think about it and decide, well, I can do it tomorrow, that's where it starts. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing, and I'm doing it now. I told you to take out the word try because there's one of my I think she's one of my mentors. She's one of the people who I go to. That's one of my go-to people when I need my mentorship. Lisa Nichols. And Lisa Nichols she was at a conference. She was speaking at a conference, and the Chinese who had hosted her, the interpreter, she was invited to a ball by the ambassador, and the interpreter came to her to ask her if to give her the invitation for the ball, and she was saying in English she will try to attend. So the Chinese interpreter had the responsibility of translating what she was saying to the person who had invited. And she's kept saying, I will try to attend. And she's answering. And the interpreter isn't saying anything, and he isn't moving, and he's just staring at her. And then he kept asking her the question over and over, until he finally told her, Madam, make a decision. It's yes or no. There's no try in Chinese. There's no try. There's no word. There's no word to translate. I will try. Maybe. There's not that in Chinese. It's either yes, I'm coming, or no, I'm not. Madam, make a decision. And I learned from that. Madam, make a decision. There's no in between. Take out another life route. Take out the in between words. Take out the conjunctions. Yes or no. If we're going to go to the next level in business, this is what it requires. Yes or no. As soon as you're saying maybe, you are creating a pit stop for yourself and for that business. Yes or no? And it's the same thing with salvation. Whether you're spiritual, whether you're Christian, I'm not here to disrespect anybody's belief. We're all free to have our own beliefs and so on. But the principle remains the same. And it says, choose ye this day who you will serve. Why hold ye between two opinions? I would rather that you be hot or cold, not lukewarm. So take out words like try, maybe, ifs, buts. Take them out. And you will see how just like taking out those little words, you will get such a big change in the results in your own personal life and in your business. Because now, why is commitment so important? Why is saying to yourself, first of all, this is who I am? Because you are the first person you have to practice it on. You have to start doing and becoming in you what you want to attract to you. If you are serious about going to the next level and doing business at a certain level and handling hundreds and thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, you're going to start practicing. And you have to start practicing principles when you're handling $10 and 100. And this is important because unless you become what you want, nobody's going to take you seriously. Nobody's going to take you seriously. So understand, if I have, now you're here, we all have the connections and so on. Now, if I have somebody who needs your service, and I realize, well, wait, this person can't come to 12 sessions for 2 weeks. Exactly how I can refer them to my doctor friend to do business and supply business. And not only are they not coming for the consistently for 12 weeks, but they don't tell me when they're coming or not. Exactly who is going to take you serious. I mean, your product might be good. You might be a good person. I like you as a friend. We could go and eat ice cream. You know, somebody wants to talk foolishness with, fine, you might be fine. But how can I introduce you to somebody who seriously, when you have not even proven to yourself and to me that you are a person of integrity and you're a person of consistency? So it's important. It's important because one of the life frogs that I had to learn, one of the life frogs that I had to swallow was the principle of treating everybody with equal respect. Everybody. Everybody. If I pass a parrot on the street, I tell him good evening. If I pass a security guard, I tell him the same good evening. If I pass the director and the man in the business suit, it's the same good evening, the same smile. Treat everybody with equal respect. You know why? I had a boss at Budge Boy. Remember I told you all I know a lot of mad people? I had a boss at Budge Boy, Edwin World. Edwin World used to camouflage dress and thing. The man used to dress like a parrot and come in his own business as a parrot. I mean, we don't see these things on social media and things, but I mean, this is back, right, about 10, 11 years ago. Edwin World would dress as a parrot and come in the business and then call us to meetings and some people got terminated, some people got warned, some people got suspended for things that they did to this parrot. The parrot is the owner. Give everybody the same good morning. Give everybody the same smile. Right? Same treatment. So the same consistency that you treat this little session with, that's you're going to be identified for that. That's going to become your brand. That's going to become your brand. Right? So these are the life frogs that we have to begin to eat this evening. All right, so thank you for sharing, Marcia. Next person.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Alison Ross Busher, and I work with the elderly, care the elderly, and I also do jewelry making. My goal is I'm home right now on medical leave, and my goal is now to start back up my jewelry business and care for the elderly when I'm home. But that's what I love to do. That's it.
Nice. Great. All right. Next. All right. So this is where it starts. Getting comfortable talking. Getting comfortable with talking about you. Sometimes we get real comfortable talking about everybody else and everything else. We could give A to Z of what's going on in the news And I tell people all the time, well, half the things like you talk about the people dead, the opportunity is already gone. You know? But we keep up to date with those things. We're comfortable talking about those things. If we're going to go to the next level, we have to become comfortable talking about ourselves. We have to become comfortable. We have to become the experts in our own business. That's your right. That's your right. And even in this session, I want to debunk a lot of even the religious myths that we have been sold and that we bought into. Right? I tell people all the time, Jesus took away a talent from man, yeah, who didn't do anything with it, who didn't have anything much. You know, the man, he didn't do anything with it. Jesus took it away from him and gave it to somebody else who had more. Jesus, yeah, Jesus. And people want to kill me if I say, well, listen, you're not doing good enough. You can't show up to people's session late. You can't. No, Jesus took away that talent and gave it to somebody who already had. Jesus said, hold a man could dare. Man, I feel for you, man. You don't got nothing. No, Jesus took it away. Right? We have the command. We have all the opportunities. We don't know the other life frog that I want to caution us about again is procrastination. Procrastination. Oftentimes we have somewhere in the back of our minds, we are going to do this next year. Yeah, I'm going to listen to her, but are you ready yet? What does that really mean? Because in the grand scheme of things, I could do this presentation with you and immediately after I could be no more. I don't make that decision. I don't make that call. I don't pull that plug. So the procrastination, assuming that we can put it off. And there's a double-edged sword to that. In that we then are robbed of the opportunity to do the things that we could do. And the persons who need what we are here to do are also robbed of us doing what we need to do for them. There may be 1 million people who offer care to the elderly. There may be 1 million financial people. There may be 1 million life coaches. There may be 1 million whatever, right? But there's only one you. And the way that you are going to package and present, you know, Crystal always talks to me about the nation. God said that he has a nation for each of us. Nation, and if you put that in a business context, it means that there are a group of people, a group of unique people that you have to serve. And those people are aligned with your purpose. They are aligned with your passion. They are aligned with your prices. I told y'all last week, a woman looked me straight in the face and charged me $16,500 US. And I was asking myself, but but when she looked at me, right? What about me made her feel that I could pay $16,500? Like, it was just hilarious for me to think that this thing was actually happening. A Caucasian woman. Caucasian woman. A Caucasian woman. And I'm thinking, wait. She missed like my skin color because all these thoughts going on in the back of my head. I'm thinking, wait. She ain't getting the memo. But she took me seriously. And you know what? When I said to her, I said, but you know, I'm not there yet to be able to pay that for this. You know? I can see how it can benefit me and so on. I'm not there. The woman said to me, but I see your potential. You can come into my group with 200,000 people. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to continue sharing. I want you to continue giving value. And when you're ready to go live in my group and sell your product, make your money, and then come and purchase my services. That's what she said to me. Now tell me how I could go wrong with that. Now, I saw in a session other people, her complexion, who paid her $16,500. I saw people in there. So understand now, in a situation where I feel like, well, no, this is not for me, this is too much for me, she has given me the opportunity to come and market my services to that level, to those type of people. Don't sell yourself short. Don't write yourself off. Don't take yourself out of the game because you can't see, the backstage, because you can't see that room. You can't see that back room. You can't see all the players. You can't see all the possibilities. You can't see all the potential. Don't take yourself out the game. All right? Don't take yourself out the game. Okay? Live frogs. So we're talking about eating live frogs this evening. All right? So I don't want us to go away and eat them. We want to eat them right here in this session. All right? Unmute your mics and let the world know who you are, what you were sent here to do. Remember how many sperms. You understand how many sperms got beaten out to produce you? You understand how many sperms were actually in that race for that egg? You were here. You were sent here with a specific purpose, specific package. There's the way how you are packaged is ideal for the people who need what you were sent here to do. All right. So whatever it is, unmute your mic and let us know.
I'm gonna step in this time. I try to play a gentleman, let ladies go first, But as usual, Cheryl, you said things. You must have clarity, commitment, and consistency. I wrote that down. If you check my notes, I have notes from 1989. I told you when I first. I must have wrote those same words down, maybe, let's say 100 times, so it'd be believable. But I would say more than that. But writing it down, hearing it, writing it down, and it does something different. Just hear it, and go through the ear, come over the ear. I tell you, walk out the room, you forgot. All right? So I wrote it down again. It says, if you want to be a good teacher, someone spoke before and said they want to become they want to become a coach. If you want to become a good teacher, you must first become a good student. All right? Because when you're a teacher or a coaching chair, you're going to have the same thing happen to you. People will say, yeah, I want to do it. And you're going to be pumped up because you have so much to offer. And you're going to go and pump up and then find out that those people that say, yeah, I want to do it. They're not consistent. And they don't show up. So, but you're not going to do that because you want to become a great coach. So you first got to become a great student. And my upline told me that, I think 1990, and he didn't know who he was talking to. He said to me, you can be anywhere with me, anytime, because he was white, I was black, and he said, you can be anywhere with me at any time. The only place that you can't come with me is my bedroom. I said, yeah, what I want to do. And I took him up on that. He and I were the two that built the company in New York. I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but we built the company throughout New York. He and I. All the hotels he go to, other than where I stayed here, we did everything together. All right, so whichever way you say to me, you call it, I just take you up on it. All right? Some things that you talk about was inherited by through our parents or family, the people we surround ourselves in the circle we came from. I used to often tell my mom this. I said, Mom, how you doing this morning? I'm so sore. That is like, to me, it's a real letdown. Many tell me you're so sore. So what? I said, so what? You so good or you so bad? Boy, move from me before you get a slap. Like that was her way of saying, I'm fine this morning. I'm blessed. I'm up and I'm pumping and I can't wait to get up there and do some terrific things. Her thing was, I'm so because when they were brought up in an environment where you shouldn't speak. So we came along with that, and then they tried to put that off on me. I said, no. And they called me a blabbermouth, because I speak all the time, talk all the time. I refuse to say, you ask me how I'm doing, I so. All right? So I would like just all of us, whoever we are that say, use those terminologies, so, you gotta throw it out. You're great. You're born, you woke this morning, you got all your mental and physical faculties about you. You're doing wonderful. Right? Everybody asks me, how's your knees doing? I know my knees are hurting. But when they think about it hurting, they think about it hurt worse. So when you ask me, oh, how are your knees? I say, what knees? I don't know what the knees you're talking about. My knees are great. Because at least I'm walking today. A year ago, I couldn't walk at all with a cane, crutches, nothing. All right? I could burn up my butt, scratching across and crawling across the floor and couldn't get up. I am doing great this morning. I'm doing great today.
Amen.
I'm doing great today. Every morning I get up, I say, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. Let me see what I got to do today. And I'm pumped up. And the knees are hurting, but they're not hurting because I'm not thinking about the knees. They're hurting. So I was happy that I could do that today. When I ran this engineering company, I worked there. Started out as a little boy. Long story, but I started out as a young guy, the only black the person there. So I had a lot of problems. I used to go home literally every day in tears, crying. My older sister says, and I talk about quitting all the time, quitting. And she said to me, no, you're younger, you're smarter, you're stronger, and the more they stay away from the work, and you're the only one that's doing all of the work, you get smarter and stronger, and they get weaker. After 5 years, you know what happened? I became the branch manager of the company. But I was only managing one side. There were two sides, a hydraulic side and a machine shop. But I had dreamt about this company. I was the top man in the company. And so I ventured one day and I told the white folks we were talking, I said, I had a dream. Before I came here, I dreamt about this place and I know how the building is situated. Before I even came to this building, I dreamt that I was controlling the business here. They laughed. A black man like you could never do that. And the more they said that to me, the more fire they put in me. 5 years later, I became the supervisor of the hydraulic shop. Well, 7 years, 2 years later, well, 7 years, I became the general manager of the entire company. And how I did that? I chose to do all of the dirty work that nobody wanted to do, all the hard work that nobody else wanted to do. I would be in the hydraulic shop, but my mind was still in the machine shop. And they bought a numerical control machine, and they told me, there was a 2 weeks class, and they told me, when I got to me, they said, you can't come, you gotta be good at math, you gotta be really good at math to understand this thing, and you're not there yet, and I said, okay. That meanwhile, if they do a little research and go on to Richmond's, they would tell you that they had, the last class that we had, that I was the only man in the entire school that got the algebra equation right. Some teachers couldn't figure it out, and I was the only man that got it right. So they were knowing that I was good at math, but because of color, they say you weren't good at math, right? After 2 weeks, they decided they're going to run the machine. I had this little white boy with a little ponytail and little glasses, gold glasses, and he's going to run the machine. Okay. We started at 7:30. By 9 o'clock, we had the machine, crashed the machine. A 200-pound piece of steel flew like 18 feet in the air, came back down and hit the down. The whole thing solid. Like Russia drop a bomb in the building. He quit. The boss, the foreman quit at the same time, and he quit right behind the foreman. And they told me, they asked him to stay until the day is over. And they called me, the man that couldn't comprehend, couldn't understand the 2 weeks training that they got. But I'm supposed to come now. I'm the only man that they know that they can think of that can make this thing work. So I had to learn from a book. 1 month I slept with the book, and right after that I started programming the machine. Well, all the other guys from all the other companies that went to the 2 weeks class that didn't know the first function. Everybody wanted me to quit that job now and come and work for them. So don't let nobody tell you.
At the eastern edge of the Caribbean, this former British colony is only 20.
Do it, you can do it. All right. That's why I'm so determined in what I do. And lastly, if you're going to do it, you have to have a plan.
Yeah.
Have a plan of action. You must be willing to work that plan. All right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a plan to win, you automatically have a plan to fail.
Yeah.
You must have a plan to win. All right?
Correct.
Next thing you have to do is to align yourself with someone greater than you are. And you're doing that right now. But again, you still have to be consistent, committed, all those things, and have clarity about what you're doing. So all those things tie together. And we got that, and I said I've been in this thing for so many years, but I must tell you that I had 2 appointments to see things, and I canceled them because my commitment is to be here at 6 o'clock. You see, because even though you might think, well, I'm great, I'm so great, but I still need nourishment. I still need encouragement. I still need something to hold on to keep positive. And I get that out of Cheryl. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys that she is better than 99%